Here, I am going to discuss with you now the preamble of the Constitution of India. Constitution of India, being the apex law of the country, gives validity to every other law in the country. Preamble is the opening statement of this Constitution of India. In this opening statement, there are certain contents which gives us idea that what will be the characteristic features of India as a country. After that, there are four particular areas to be achieved with all their technical details or their procedural details. And lastly, the date and the treatment given on that date to this document called Constitution of India. Now, this preamble is considered to be a master key to open the deadlock of the Constitution. It is one of the judgments of the Supreme Court which has given this particular statement. So, preamble being the opening statement, preamble being the guiding spirit, preamble being the master key, gain its own importance in the Indian legal system and in the interpretation of Constitution of India itself. It has been said that preamble is part and parcel of Constitution of India because there was a whole lot of debate and lot many case laws on the point that whether preamble of the Constitution is part of the Constitution or not, because it is the part which is added at the end of the Constitution making process itself. Now, therefore, the debate was on, but now the debate has been over and it has been said by the Supreme Court of India that preamble is intrinsic part of the Constitution of India, and that too it has been given the status of master key to open the deadlock of the Constitution. So whenever Constitution is in a deadlock situation where the Supreme Court or any other authority is not able to take a decision, then in that situation the preamble of the Constitution of India will be of a great help. So, friends, let's see what are the contents of this Constitution and its preamble. So, first of all, there are six things which I am going to concentrate on, where the first and foremost thing is characteristics of India, which are prescribed by the preamble. Now, these characteristics of India means what are those characteristic features or the principles on which the governance of country will be carried out. So let's see. First is sovereignty. Now, sovereignty, as we know, that India is independent. India is its own owning country. Now, therefore, the preamble says that India will be a sovereign country. Secondly, India will be a socialist country. So, welfareistic country and a socialist country. But nowadays we see that privatization is much more. So, it's just for the namesake we are socialist now. The third principle is secular. Now, being a country with diversities, secularism has given a new dimension to the governance of country whereby every religion is equal for the government. Then fourth is the democratic setup which we have followed. So we have democratic form of government. So for the people, by the people and of the people. So we have denied autocracy and laissez-faire and we have accepted democracy. And the last principle is republic. So the public will decide who will govern the country. Friends, the next principle which we have to discuss is justice. Now, after knowing what are the characteristic features of India as a country and the rules of governance of India as a country, now let's see what are those four specific points which are supposed to be the goals to be achieved by the working on this document called Constitution of India. Let's see. The first point is justice. Now, justice is particularly to be achieved in three particular segments. So, these are the three prefixes which are allotted to the word justice while doing it, like social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Now, social justice is not only giving the every part of the society its own rights, but it is securing the social security to the people as well. So, social justice also opens the way for giving the reservation on the basis of castes and social disparities. Economic justice is again where justice on the economic level means no one should be treated differently because of his economical status. Justice must be same to all irrespective of their economic status. So rich and poor both will be treated same in front of law while protecting their rights. Equality of law, equal protection of law will be there. Then political justice, where in political justice the pattern of rights and duties will be applicable same to every person irrespective of their political status. Then the next thing to be observed is liberty. Now, liberty is one of the basic rights which person should have to live life successfully. Now, liberty is something more than a right. Liberty gives a person capacity to lead his life in his own sphere, his own approach, his own scope towards the life. So, liberty is of five nature, which is guaranteed by this preamble of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, liberty of faith, and liberty of worship. So, there are five elements of liberty which are assigned. The next thing is equality. Now, equality is of two contents of it. First is equality of status. Irrespective of those discriminating points which are available because of the diversity in India, like religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, and place of residence. The principle of equality enshrined in the preamble says that every person is equal with his status. So, irrespective of his religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, and place of residence, there will be equality. Huh. But in case of social based reservations, the things will be different. The reservation policy based on social status of a person is there because of the injustice which has been done on those castes of the society in the past. And the second sphere of equality is the equality of opportunity. Now, like should be treated alike is what is maintained in applying the equality of opportunity. Friends, the next element from the constitution is fraternity. But the fraternity is also defined in two different particular ways. Fraternity must lead to two things. First, dignity of individual, and second is unity and integrity of nation. So particularly, every person must have a dignified life is what the fraternity means. Every person has to protect the dignity of other person. So it is not that he should protect his own dignity. No. While protecting his own dignity, that person should not affect the dignity of other. That is what is expected from fraternity. Unity and integrity of the nation. Though India is an independent and sovereign country, but the unity and integrity of the nation is of the foremost concern, where on this particular point, even the liberties of a person can be restricted, freedoms of the person can be restricted, because if there is no nation, then there is no nationals. If there is no nation, then there will not be survival of any citizen. So, in point of fraternity, the unity and integrity of the nation is of utmost necessity. After those 4 points, that is justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, there is last content of the preamble which comprises of date. Now this date is 26th November 1949. Friends, you may recall the terrorist attack in Mumbai in 2008. It was on 26/11. The terrorist attack was planned based on this date where we have adopted, enacted, and gave ourselves this Constitution of India. The date was 26th November, but in the year 1949. As you know, the Republic Day we celebrate is of 26th January every year. 26th January 1950 was the Republic Day. The preamble was created and being adopted by the Parliament on 26th November 1949. The preamble of the Constitution starts with the word "We the people of India" and it ends with the word "Give ourselves." So, the preamble says that Constitution is a document given by us Indians to ourselves, the Indians. So, on 26th November 1949, we have adopted the Constitution of India is as being the document of governance of country. We have enacted means we have followed the parliamentary procedure to pass this statute, and we have given ourselves this law as being the apex law of the country. So, friends, this is what is India as a country in the characteristics. We have the 5 points: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. There are four goals to be achieved: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. And on 26 November 1949, we have adopted, enacted, and given ourselves this Constitution of India. So, friends, this preamble of the Constitution is not only a document, but it is a highest law of the country because of which every other law in the country will get its validity. And preamble is the master key to open whenever there is a deadlock in the Constitution of India. So, friends, the debate has been over that whether preamble is part of Constitution or not. Now it has been decided way earlier in the past that yes, preamble is the part and parcel of Constitution. So, friends, it is the part of the Constitution which we all Indians should by heart because it is the statement, it is the document opening which make Indians proud of because what we are as a country and what we are giving to ourselves as being the countrymen are those things which are included in this preamble. So, friends, this is what is the significance and importance of preamble. So, this is what I wanted to make you know about the preamble of Constitution. We'll be meeting again. Thank you.